Hello, I'm Luke Fleissner, and I'm going to talk to you about medical marijuana and its effects. Marijuana has been controversial in the argument of being available for medicinal purposes. The purpose of marijuana in the medical field is to relieve patients of pain, headaches, nausea, and any long-term conditions such as seizures or anxiety. Marijuana has a strong impact on the environment, economically and financially, which plays a part in its legalization. Marijuana has an effect on the economy, the people within the economy, and the health of those people. Although research is lacking to identify the true long-term effects of the substance, development is in the process to make the drug readily available for medicinal purposes. The question still at hand is if the benefits of the drug outweigh the harmful impacts, and if it's enough to allow marijuana to be distributed legally and effectively. According to Hutzler, marijuana plays a large role in the environment, as it delves into the finances and safety of the people within the domain. Starting in 1914, El Paso was the first city in the United States to ban the drug for economic sale and use. From here, struck a national trend of prohibiting the drug for years to come. States began to build their own policies referring to medical marijuana, listing different requirements, rules, and utilizations. According to Fleissner, Hawaii became the first state legislature to approve medical marijuana. Following behind them, states such as Alaska, Colorado, Nevada, Oregon, Maine, and Washington won victories in the debate for the drug becoming legalized. Over time, states have eased their opinion on the drug, and have even switched sides on the debate, agreeing with the legalization when considering all of its benefits. The legalization of medical marijuana not only impacts the economy, but also its financial base. As stated by Hutzler, Colorado, among one of the first states to legalize marijuana, cashed in over $130 million in marijuana tax revenue during the first 6 months of 2018. University's Pueblo's Institute of Cannabis Research found that a taxed and regulated cannabis industry contributed more than $58 million to the local economy. An article by Zhang states that these funds were used to improve the state schools and gave them $420,000 worth of scholarships to 210 students. Although there was about $23 million in added costs to legalization, the country still ended up with a net positive of more than $35 million. According to Becker, the average cannabis consumer spends roughly $645 on marijuana and related products each year. Also, nearly a quarter of all consumers spend between $1,000 and $2,500 a year. A small minority, 2.2%, are spending more than $5,000 per year. With regulations in place, marijuana can be safely offered to a patron in need of a remedy for any medical conditions they possess. Cannabis has received a resounding amount of supporters in recent years, as more people open up to the idea of its legalization. The older generation opposes it by more than 2 to 1, while middle-aged conservatives are split down the middle on legalization. Currently, more than 60 U.S. and international health organizations support granting patients immediate legal access to medical marijuana under a physician's supervision. Easy access to the drug comes with its consequences. But there have been no serious inquiries that have led to the conclusion that marijuana is a harm to the public when made accessible. In an interview on a small radio program in Michigan, Trump stated that he supported medical marijuana and that any other platform should be left for the states to decide. Medical coverage of marijuana's supposed health benefits increased, public opinions and demographics shifted, and Republicans, who have pronounced their hard-line stances as unalterable, began to turn. Finally, the concerns of legalizing medical marijuana fall heavily upon its relation to people's health. Controversies lie if the drug is actually benefiting the person consuming it, or if more damage will be done by the drug in the long run. On account of the health risks and associated with smoking, it is advised to be used for short-term use. Although some patients, such as the terminally ill or those with debilitating symptoms, are not of great concern with a long-term use of the drug. Fleissner states that smoked marijuana delivers harmful substances into the body, including most of those found in tobacco smoke, which is why the concern of legalization is always at mind. Worries of cannabis affecting more than just the body are also at hand. Reported increased rates of altered perception, motor function, and cognition could cause functional impairment with long-term use of marijuana. Frequent marijuana use can also seriously affect your short-term memory. Similarly, the drug induces psychological effects on the brain that may be disturbing to some patients. Setting aside the mental effects marijuana possesses on the brain, The fear of dependency on the drug also delays its legalization. A distinctive marijuana withdrawal symptom has been identified, but it is mild and short-lived. The syndrome includes restlessness, irritability, insomnia, nausea, and cramping. Furthermore, medical cannabis is safer than opioids, a class of drugs that includes the substance heroin when it comes to the risk of fatal overdose. A group of 176 chronic pain patients found that 44% of them stopped taking prescription opioids within 7 months of starting medical cannabis. The drug is offered to assist patients in need of treatment, as 1 out of every 5 patients in Colorado Spine Center were using cannabis to manage their pain, and of them 90% said it greatly or moderately relieved the pain. The role that cannabis plays on the mind and body is of the greatest factor that determines its legalization in the United States, as scientists and administrators want to confirm that the drug is being offered to citizens is actually benefiting them medically and not just entertaining them. One of the simplest reasons for public support of marijuana is that a lot of people use it. The national debate on legalizing marijuana is that one will remain undecided until further conclusive evidence is found that the drug is beneficial and not life-threatening. The 3 main factors being considered when deciding what to do with the drug is its economic and financial effect, the political and social opinions of the people it pertains to, and its overall role on the health of the people who utilize the drug. As time